Okay, just to check in where we are, you can see how much fluffier she looks. Let's move in a little closer. And you can see that we can get a comb in everywhere we're working. That's different from, let's see, we've done this leg, but this leg, which is not done yet. Okay. Alright, let's flip her over and start on the other side. Alright, kind of dark in here, but let's try making this video. Now we're going to start with a clean dog. Darcy just had a bath yesterday. And normally you could brush them out, blow them dry, all that at the same time, but I'm kind of lazy. And we're doing this a little later. Now Darcy's on the table. Okay, down. And it's easier to work on her when she's laying down. Now, I like to start at the head and work my way to the back. This is going to take a while. The first thing we have to do is brush out the hair all the way through. Now, can't really do this and hold the camera, but basically you take a slicker or a very firm pin brush and you get through the hair. Now I've started working on this ear already, and you can see it's pretty brushed out when you compare it to this ear. It's all kind of naughty looking and curlier. This one's flatter and straighter. Now you have to be able, you're not done until you can actually get a comb all the way through to the skin. Now you're not going to want to watch me do that, so I'm going to work on brushing her all the way out and then we'll come back. Alright, I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Let's give it a try. Okay. Okay, she's all brushed out. Like, okay, she can sit for this part. Good job. We have a 10 blade on here. And we're going to shave her face. Now her muzzle's mostly smooth, but she's got these sideburns that are coming up, and her ears could use cleaning up. So we have a 10 blade. I'm going with the grain of the skin from the lips back to get anything that we fix up. Now I leave the whiskers. They use their whiskers when they're hunting and when they're out in the field. Let's see, I'm just going to do out around the inside of the ear. And I try to make sure you keep the beard. You can take the beard and pull it up in your fingers. There, and now the side of her face is nice and smooth. I usually do the eyebrows at this point because I can do them without having pointy objects near her eyes. You just don't want them curling down back into her eye. There. Good job. Stay. That went pretty well. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to switch blades. Okay, I put a 30 blade on here. Darcy, stand up. Turn around. All the way to the front of the table. We weren't in a good spot last time. I put a 30 blade on here, which cuts very close. And then I put a 3/4 inch comb on that blade. Now this is the down and dirty cheating way of grooming an Irish water spaniel. 3/4 inch. We'll cut her nice and short. Comb goes through really well because she's all brushed out, all combed out, there's no mat. Now one of the things I like about using the comb is I don't have to think at all. Less wear and tear on my hands. I know that I'm getting a uniform trim that goes with the curve of her body. I don't have to, fortunately on her, I'm not trying to hide anything or create anything. I'm going to come around to the shoulder, top over the shoulder. I'm not going to go below the elbow because I'm going to trim her legs with scissors. Just the top of the hip. And over the curve of the butt. Okay, added a nice neat body. Now, okay. Other way of doing it, we'll show on the flip side. I want you to back up, baby. Back up. I prefer curved scissors. We can sit here and curve around. And trim in a shape to our dog. And this is the way 99.9% of the people are going to do it. There's some theory that clippering the coat versus scissoring will make the coat softer. Stop. I think that by using the 30, which is a very sharp blade, I don't have that much of a problem with it. I've never really noticed the coats changing when I've done one side versus the other. My biggest thing is that I'm just not very good at this. It takes longer and it makes my hands hurt. And as I said, I like curved scissors. Water spaniels are round dogs. And I can curve that round shape easier using round scissors. I need to stop. I said stop. Stand. Darcy, you need to stop. quiet over there. Put everything down. You can see that pretty outline. You want to sit? Turn. Okay. The front, somebody showed me this and I really liked it. If you do it with the rounded shears and round out the front while they're sitting, you actually get a very nice chest shape. And the dog stands. Nice rounded curve to the front. The front's right there. Now we still need to do the legs. And you can see from one side to the other, there's not a whole lot of difference in how it looks. Got to clean that up a little bit more. Don't want lumpy shoulders. Everything should blend from one area to the other smoothly. And personally, I don't think it should ever really look like you scissored it. Now, let's see what I did with my comb. Rough out the leg coat. I'm not a show dog anymore. I don't do any rounded scissors again. Get your body straight. And so she's not going to, we're going to take the hair right to the toenails and then trim a rounded foot to that. Who's making noise? You need to stop. Okay, kind of got a level foot. Now, because if I stand where I normally would, I'd be blocking the camera. I am eyeballing where the hair is. Cutting off all the foo-foo-y stuff. No, we're going to have to stand back, I think. Don't want her to look out at the elbows. Now we start trimming up to the body, blending the legs into the body. Feet are going to stick out a little bit more than the leg coat does because they're supposed to have big feet. Stop. You're not being a very good demo dog, Darcy. And we're getting a nice smooth leg. It goes from the foot to the elbow and up into the shoulder. Nice smooth line. Straight down to match a little column here. I could feel the mat here. Now we've got a little mat way up here on the inner thigh. I didn't bother messing with. Nobody's going to see it. Okay. Brush this all back out. Rounded scissors again, and we're going to do the same thing to the foot. I'm just going to outline her pad. We're not going all the way to the skin. We're going to toenails in the front and then rounding from there. Remember, the standard says big feet, well covered in wide spreading, well covered in hair. Okay, now go up from the foot. Turn in a hop. Nice, pretty little short set hops. And then notice I'm still using the curved scissors. I'm coming up from the hop, around, up the leg. Giving her a nice, well-rounded thigh. Thighs are supposed to be nice and muscular, whether they are or they're not. We can make it look like that. And a slight bend to the stifle. Awkward trying to do this for the camera. Inner legs, I tend to use straight scissors because I want the thigh from the inside to look straight with no sign of hockiness or anything else going on when the dog moves. Okay, now you can see the difference. Now she's mostly just blocked off. There's a lot more finishing that we're going to have to do. But we have one side that looks like that. Turn around, Darcy. And then we have one side that looks like that. While the body's clean, the legs are shaggy, and you can see they need the neatening. Now head. Darcy, sit. Top knots are tricky things. Very tricky. Everybody has a different style, and a lot of it depends on the top knot involved. Zach's top knot and Lily's top knot and Allie's top knot and Darcy's top knot are all very different. Taking the straight scissors with Darcy, I'm going to pull up as much as I can into my hand. There's not very much left over, and I'm just going to trim that part off because I don't want more than that on her. Now, you see her top knot's pretty straight. We can come in here and neaten it up a little bit. I don't like a precision top knot. They're not poodles. And I like to cut in the eye area a little bit. Show off the eye. Get the worst of the fuzzies gone. Clean up the back. It's not a poodle. It's going to go straight down and blend into the ears. There's no dividing mark. And for the ears, I'm just going to neaten her ear up a little bit and take some of the worst of the fluffies off. Give her a little cleaner look. You see those ears? Would you stop? That ear versus that ear. It's not that much of a difference. It just neatens it up a little bit. Now, again, we're dealing with her fuzzy coat, which her coat on her feathering is not the best. Now, I'm going to work on her other side, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, now, we neaten her up a bit. Now the fun part. There's two ways you can do this. One is you can spend a lot of time with a spray bottle and rinse her off. You've got two things going on. One, we need to get her curly. And two, she's covered in little clipper hair. Little hairs, little scissored hair. All that is still in the coat. So, by taking her and, oh, she said she liked a little longer. And throwing her in the tub, just kind of wetting her and running my fingers through her coat. And I'm not using soap, so we're not going to get all the way into the coat as well as we would after a bath. Shake. Darcy, shake. No, I want you to shake in the tub. Good girl. Come here. Oh, okay. Good. Now, because she has a water spaniel coat, she's actually still wet underneath. But this was a whole lot simpler than a spray bottle. There, we have a water spaniel. Stop. Stay. Stay. You're not doing, you stay there. Let's move the camera. Turn around. Turn around. Good job. Said that didn't get her wet all the way through, but it got her mostly wet. Enough to get her the worst of the clipper stuff off. And we didn't address the tail, but Darcy's tail is very natural. If you're clippering the tail, you 10 blade, grab the base of it, everything past what's in your hand, you 10 blade. Now, you let her dry, and then we have to finish it. Because what we'll find after we've let this set is that she's going to have little foo-foos here, there, the other that need to go away that aren't mess up her outline. Back up. But for the most part, she looks good. Are you a good girl, Darcy? You are. All right, let's clean up this mess.